Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. My name is Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with busy professional women to teach them how to attract and keep the partners that they deserve. I've been doing this work for 5.5 years, helping hundreds of women get into the best relationships of their lives in 6 months or less. And I do that through my coaching program, my courses, and my retreats. The next retreat, we are heading to St. Martin. There's still space available March 28th through April the 1st. And I'll make sure that I have the links available pinned in the comments, in the description. It's already all linked in my bio. I'm also going to take my talents to TikTok right now. So welcome TikTok. If you are coming in right now, make sure that you introduce yourself. If you're coming in through YouTube, if you're coming in through Instagram, please let me know who you are and where you are from so that I can greet you appropriately. Make sure that you tap the screen and you like this live stream, that you like it on YouTube so that the algorithm does what the algorithm needs to do. Now, again, if you are relatively new, you may have never seen me go live, especially on my Mondays. But on Mondays, I host what I call Marriage Mindset Mondays, where I give advice around dating and relationships, and for those who desire to be in holy matrimony. So this week, I do not have a live guest, but if you're interested in being a guest, please let me know. You'd have to join me on YouTube, TikTok. You'd have to join me on YouTube, Instagram, and those who are on YouTube, Facebook. You have to join me on YouTube, and you can request to join. I'm going to go ahead and put the link, invite guests, copy. I put the link in the comments on YouTube. So if you want to join and you have questions around dating and relationships, you are welcome to do so. Hello, Gwendolyn from Fairbanks at I would say Atlanta, Alaska. Welcome, welcome. If there's anybody else who is joining for the first time on Instagram, please let me know who you are, where you are from. If you are coming in on TikTok, same thing, same thing, same thing. And please make sure that you double tap the screen, you like this live stream so that the algorithm can do what it has to do. Okay, so again, this is Marriage Mindset Mondays. And if you would like to join as a guest, you would have to come onto my YouTube, Align with Allison. If you're on Instagram, you could just comment the word YouTube, DM me the word YouTube. I'll DM it to you directly and you can join, or just go on YouTube and put Align with Allison, same name. All right. And if you want to be a guest, join us on YouTube, click the link and you can come on screen and you can ask me any questions you have around dating or relationships. You need to be on screen and we need to be able to hear you and see you clearly. So make sure that Wi-Fi is popping. All right, folks, I do have some write-ins today. So I'm going to be reading some of our submissions. We're going to be reading some of our submissions today. And I want to start out with one that I think is prevalent in the dating space. And so I think that this not only will be able to help this young woman, but would also be able to help other women who are struggling in the dating and relationship arena. So the letter reads, Dear Allison, I've been in a relationship with a man for the past 6 years, during which we've gone through COVID, deaths of both of his parents, and a major surgery for me. He says he wants to marry me, but there is no movement towards the merging of our lives together, which I have brought up with suggestions like building a savings together. As I'm approaching 40, and I don't want children without marriage, I'm resigning to the fact that I may never be a mother. I love him and want to spend the rest of my life with him, but I'm also not sure if I should sacrifice my wants and needs for love. Any advice would help. Thank you. I gave you guys the death stare for a reason. She is in a relationship with a man for 6 years. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you are new to my page, you may have not heard my story. Before I was married to my husband, Andrew, I was dating a gentleman for 4 years. And this was from 26 to 30. Okay. So late 20s. She says she's about to be 40. I actually went to school with her. We are literally the same age, 39. Okay. I was dating a gentleman for 4 years that had no growth, no next steps, no nothing of the sort. Okay. Um, no engagement, no baby, no house, no savings account, none of the things. And I'm like, we're about to be 30. Why aren't we moving in a direction that I would define as appropriately mature? This is what adults should be doing. If they say that they're in love, they should be building a life together. And after 4 years, I ended that relationship that did not serve me because it had no growth. Now, one may say that this is a win, right? He saved me from wasting more time, effort. Well, actually, I saved myself because I left, right? But he may have not seen that we were compatible, and that's why he didn't want to move the relationship forward. I would have preferred if he just ended it all together, but at least he didn't give me a ring to pacify me, right? So I did save some time in that arena, and I took action and removed myself. You are in this for 6 years, and you are 13 years older. Well, I guess 9 years older than where I ended. So where I ended at 30 is where you haven't even ended yet, and you're about to be 39, or you're 39 about to be 40. Point is, this relationship, if it were me, and it has been me, has to cease. It has to cease. And I'll tell you why. You have expressed to the gentleman that you desire marriage. He has expressed to you that he wants to marry you. However, he has not taken that action yet. What does it take for one to get married? I can tell you, a ring is not required. It requires a marriage certificate. It requires a marriage certificate. And the last time that I checked, which was 6 years ago, the certificate costs $45. So if there's anyone who's within the sound of my voice, who has a partner who says that they desire to marry them, it has been an appropriate amount of time. I think that most adults would agree that it's been 6 years is an appropriate amount of time. And that gentleman has not taken action. Does he not have $45? I would imagine that he does, which means that he does not desire to marry you, at least anytime soon. He understands that you are more of a traditional woman where you desire to carry before you marry, which is the advice that I have seen from plenty of gentlemen online. Not only ladies, but gentlemen. Marry before you carry. You want to have some additional level of security, right? Before you decide to literally risk your life having this child that belongs to the both of you. And he cannot deliver on a $45 license. So it's not about the money. It's about him not feeling confident in the institution of marriage, or it's about him not feeling confident in marrying you. You, anyone who can hear me, it is not your responsibility to teach and train and inform someone that marriage is a good thing for them. If they don't believe that marriage is a good thing for them, allow them to have that belief system. They have that right. It is not your responsibility to find articles and statistics that prove that marriage is right for you. It's not your responsibility to heal this person because potentially they are divorced or they come from divorced parents. And so that's what gives them pause. You should only be dating people who want the same things as you. And if they don't want marriage, the institution, I respect that. And if they don't want marriage with you, I respect that. You need to respect yourself to say, this is the vision I have for my life. This person is either unwilling or unable to deliver with that vision. Therefore, it is in my best interest to remove myself expeditiously. We cannot afford to give this person any more of our time. We cannot afford it. If you were 21, I would say 6 years, 21 to 27, 6, maybe, potentially. There can be a conversation around it. Absolutely not. You cannot afford this. So your next best step is to freeze your eggs. I don't know if your job covers it. I don't know if you need to save for it so that it gives you at least more option, more opportunity, more time than you have right now. And then there needs to be a final sit down, because this gentleman knows that this is what you desire, marriage. This gentleman knows that you desire to marry before you carry, which is the advice that I've received from both ladies and gentlemen, online, offline, in person. That's the recommendation, right? He knows these things. He knows that your time is limited biologically, and is still choosing to hold you up over a $45 marriage certificate or marriage license. He either doesn't believe in the institution, which is his right, or he doesn't believe in sharing a marriage with you, which is also his right. You have rights as well, which is to exit stage left if someone has clearly expressed to you that they don't want to live the life that you envision for yourself. You're going to buy yourself some time right now. You are going to freeze some eggs, and you are going to put yourself back into the dating scene as you go through therapy. You're going to put yourself back in the dating scene as you work on leveling up yourself inside and out. Because what we cannot have is that you are wounded and hurt, jumping right back into the dating scene just for the sake of being able to say it. So you do want to do the work to show up as your best self. You also want to do the work to show up as your best self so that you have a right to demand the best of others. How can we, not you, as a group, demand the best of others if we're not showing up as our best selves? Unreasonable, unconscionable, right? Therefore, I'm not saying if I were you, I'm saying I was you. And I was you 10 years ago when I had more time, and I still exited stage left. So I'm not saying if I were you, I was you, and that's what I did. Take from that what you may. All right, beautiful people. I know that there are folks who are just coming in. They're coming in on the back end. They have no idea who I am or what I'm talking about. My name is Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with busy professional women to teach them how to attract and keep the husbands that they deserve. I do that through my coaching program. The Partner You Deserve is a 6-month program that has helped hundreds of women get into the best relationships of their lives in 6 months or less. I also have courses. I have retreats. My next retreat is in St. Martin, March 28th through April the 1st. I'll make sure that I put all of the links for you to work with me in my live coaching program, to apply to work with me in my live coaching program. I'll put the links for the retreat as well. It's all linked in my bio right now, so you don't even have to wait for this live stream to be over. All of the information is on my website, alignwithallison.com. That's Allison with one L, alignwithallison.com. All right, folks, we have about time for 2 more strawberry letters that have come in. If you would like to be a guest on Marriage Mindset Mondays, this live stream right now, you would have to join us on YouTube. So if you're watching this on Instagram, comment or DM the word YouTube, and the link to my YouTube will be sent directly to your DMs. You don't have to wait for that. If you're watching us on TikTok, if you're watching us on Facebook, then all you have to do is go to YouTube and put Align, ALIGN, with Allison, 1L, and my YouTube will pop up. There and only there is where I have the link for you to join this live stream live right now. You must have your camera on. You must have sound. That's a given, right? And you will ask whatever questions you have around dating and relationships. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the comments on YouTube, so that if there's anyone who's interested, you can request to join the live stream. Again, you must have your camera on. You must have your sound. Your Wi-Fi must be lit. And you can tell us what's going on in your dating and relationship life. And I can give you advice. You can also check the comments as well. Gwendolyn says, I would have left years ago. Thank you. Next. Yes, Gwen, we got to go. We got to go. We got to go. All right. And I appreciate that insight. Let's get into our next letter. Hi, Allison. I am 31 years old, a single woman, hoping to get back out there and start dating again. My dilemma is that I feel really insecure about my financial situation. I'm not sure when it started, where it really stems from, or if it's a real dilemma. I have a stable job, stable income, renting my own apartment, have my own car, and can take care of myself. but I feel very financially behind others in my age group because I'm not to the point where I can afford vacations or a nicer apartment. I'm not paycheck to paycheck, but I'm not where I want to be. All that to say, my financial insecurities trickle over into my dating life because I end up feeling like I'm not in a good enough financial position to date, further making me feel insecure. Am I completely overthinking this, or should I hit pause on dating until I'm more financially secure? Okay, so I'm reading this based on the assumption that this is a man, a gentleman. Okay. Um, Number one, because there's so much focus on financial stability throughout this letter, women don't tend to be as concerned because, generally speaking, women aren't held to the same expectation of financial stability like men are. Just like men aren't held to the same physical expectation, right? Like, we're not concerned about a man having wrinkles or having a little bit of belly. That's considered a dad bod. That's cute. With women, our beauty standards are different from men, right? Fair is fair. And then the email address seems to be a masculine name. So again, I'm assuming that this is a gentleman who has, oh, sugar. No, it's not. The first line says, I'm a 31-year-old single woman. All right. That's going to change my whole approach. Lady, you're bugging. You are bugging. If you want to be more financially secure, I get it. I think all of us want to be more financially secure. So then we're going to strategize. Is it a career shift? Is it going back to school for another certification or a degree? Is it putting in overtime? Is it a second part-time job so that you can live the lifestyle that you want to live? You want to vacation more, you want a nicer apartment. We can strategize on that. But if you think that a gentleman is not going to be interested in you because you don't have a nicer apartment, or that you're not traveling as much as you would like, you are seriously mistaken. Gentlemen say all day on this app, that we don't care about your degrees and we don't care about your accolades. I think that's a foolish take to have for gentlemen. I think that gentlemen should absolutely care, because unless you are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, being able to maintain your own lifestyle, the lifestyle of the woman that you're married to and your children, is slim to none. Not in this economy, not under this inflation, right? And so you absolutely should care as a gentleman, but they love to say they don't care, so fine. You don't care, I don't care. Since you don't care, we're not contributing. Since you don't care, my dollar means nothing. Since you don't care, I left my wallet at home. Leave your wallet at home. Stop being so concerned about what you have in comparison to your friend group when it comes to your dating experience. The men say that they don't care about how many degrees you have. They don't care about your accolades. So good. We're going to keep it that way. I need you to keep that same energy. I need you not to care for the sake of dating. You can care for the sake of the type of lifestyle that you choose to lead, that you want to lead, which means that we're going back to school, we're making a pivot in our career, we're starting a business that has a low overhead, we're doing a part-time job. So you can care for your own fulfillment. But for the purpose of dating, they say they don't care, even though they should, but they say they don't care so that you don't care. You need to get back into the dating scene. Also, I would say this, even for the gentlemen who are reasonable, that recognize that they should care about what degrees their partner has and what accolades their partner has, because that's going to impact their income. And if it impacts their wife's income, it'll impact the household's income, which impacts their lifestyle and comfort, right? I was just having a conversation with a gentleman who was talking about he doesn't feel appreciated, like he's going to work until he dies. He's pouring into his household financially, and there's no reciprocity. That's real. It's stressful. It's overwhelming, right? So for the gentlemen who are reasonable, who do care, you are taking care of yourself. You have a job, you have a car, you have an apartment, you're fine. So please, I'm not even spend much time on this to double down on how unimportant you being a baller is in the dating scene. Okay, lady? Okay. Hello, those who are just coming in. I'm just going to reset the room very quickly. If you are new to me, my name is Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with busy professional women to teach them how to attract and keep the husbands that they deserve. I do it through coaching programs, courses, retreats. We're going to St. Martin, all women's retreat, St. Martin next year, March 28th through April the 1st. The links are in my bio. The links are everywhere humanly possible, but the links are also I just copy and pasted them into YouTube. So I want you to come over on YouTube and I want you to like, because I have too many viewers and not enough likes. And I don't understand why, because likes are absolutely free. If you are watching this on TikTok, I need you to tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Let the algorithm know that there's real value and real conversation that is happening over here in the Align with Allison streets. If you are on Instagram, you could give me some likes too. You could help a sister out. Make sure you let us know that this is valuable stuff. Every Wednesday, every Monday, we do this live stream, Marriage Mindset Mondays, where I give free, unadulterated, no fluff advice around dating, relationships, and marriage. If you'd like to join the live stream live and in color right now, you have to come over to YouTube, Align with Allison on YouTube, and you can click the StreamYard link that is in the comments to join us. In the meantime, in between, as we're waiting for folks to come on over, I am reading some submissions, some strawberry letters that I have received around dating and relationships. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into what I think will be our last one. I think it'll be our last one. We shall see. Maybe I have time for one more. And again, if you would like to be a guest and you want to come on, please feel free to click the link on YouTube right now in the comments. If you want to work with me, I also have the link for my live coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, that has helped hundreds of women get into the best relationships of their lives in 6 months or less. I'm talking about as young as 26, as seasoned as 74, tall, short, light, dark, heavy, skinny, married before, never been married, has children, don't have any kids, want children, don't want any children. The system works if you work it. And if you are on any of my platforms, you have seen the testimonials constantly roll in for the last 5.5 years. The system works. You have to do something different to get a different result. And if you're feeling the burn this holiday season, this Thanksgiving, you wanted somebody to cook for, you wanted somebody to bring over to Thanksgiving, you ain't have nobody. Christmas is coming. The matching pajamas are coming. The engagements, the baby announcements, the New Year's kiss, we got to do something different. If you're saying that you want to lead a different life, then that means you need to do something different in order to create said life. And if you've been doing the same thing over and over again, you're not getting a different result. That means you need to do something differently to get that different result. So feel free to click the link to work with me. My live coaching program has an application process. We do not accept everyone. I want to make sure that we are on the same page about the vision that you have for yourself and whether or not I'm an appropriate match for you. And then my Snatch a Spouse course, it is a self-paced course, which is actually 50% off with the code LOVE250. I'm putting it in the comments now. LOVE250. You can get my live course. You can get my self-paced course so that you can get a huge discount to transform your love life. A course can never match live coaching. Never, ever, ever. It's a good starting point, and it's 50% off through tonight, 11:59 p.m. tonight with code LOVE250. Again, so there we go. I'm going to now get into our next rainbow. What's it called? Strawberry letter. Okay. I met Mateo, not his real name, LOL, on a dating app, and from the start, it felt different. We connected over art, deep conversation, and our outlook on life. Something I rarely found with guys online whose chats were either shallow or boring. He wasn't just another match. He made me truly feel seen. Beyond that, he seemed successful, established, and serious about the future. He told me he was moving to my country in 10 days for work, and we even planned what we would wear on our first date. We talked about how we'd make time for each other despite demanding careers, navigating our different religious and cultural backgrounds if we had kids, and just life in general. We even had this silly but cute plan that he'd teach me how to make authentic Italian pasta and I teach him how to paint. Then out of nowhere, he vanished, deleted his profile. No warning, no closure, just gone. At first, I was stunned and devastated, but then the red flags hit me. Number one, he lied about his age. He claimed that he was 29, but on FaceTime, he looked closer to 36. He even had gray hair, and when I asked him again, he doubled down. almost gaslighting me to believe him. I'm 27. I wouldn't mind dating someone older, so why lie? He focused a lot on physical attraction during FaceTime, which looking back felt off for someone supposedly serious, even though we spoke for quite some time about so many other things. I didn't expect our first interaction to take that direction, like take it slow. His actions never matched his words. All his future plans just seemed to disappear like it meant nothing. I've moved on, but I can't help but wonder, was I just a fun little science experiment since he was a scientist? LOL. Did he get cold feet? Is this how dating works now? Maybe I dodged a bullet, but damn, I thought he was the one. He seemed so genuine. Okay, a couple of things here. Welcome everybody who is just coming in. I just read a nice little strawberry letter with a woman, 27 years old, meeting a gentleman named Mateo on a dating app. He seemed like he was a good fit and he ghosted her. He deleted his profile. He absolutely vanished. There were some red flags. Now that she looks back, she said he lied about his age. She believes he lied. He looked much older on FaceTime than his stated age. He seemed to go quickly into talking about sex, and then his words never matched his actions, i.e., he had future plans and then it never materialized into anything. Okay. So, first of all, you said that you've moved on, but I can't help but wonder, that's not moving on. That's not moving on. We're done. This guy has disappeared. Therefore, we are not interested in him just as much as he is not interested in us. And the fact that not only did he disappear, but his profile was deleted goes to show that he didn't go out in no car accident. He didn't break his leg or lose his phone. He purposely deleted the profile. I would take it up a notch and say that he's probably in a committed relationship or married and got caught. That's why he deleted the profile and ghosted you, because there are plenty of people who ghost, but they don't necessarily delete a whole profile to get away from you. They'll just block you, right? And so if you know for a fact, which I assume that maybe you went on someone else's app to see if the profile was still there and it's absolutely gone, that probably means that he was in a committed relationship or married. The fact that his age is debatable, we don't know. Some people just look older, so we don't know that for a fact. So I'm going to skip that. The fact that he went directly into a sexual conversation on your first FaceTime also tells us his intentions with you, if he ever intended to meet with you at all. I don't even know that. A lot of time people do sex talk and they don't really have any intention of actually executing. I see a lot of jokes that talk about, like, women talking junk all day long, and then when their husband come home, it's a different story. People talk to talk. So it very well could be he had no intention to ever meet you, but then wanted to be flirtatious and sexual because it's a point of conversation to have. Or he did intend to meet you and his intention was to go straight to the sex because that's all he wanted out of you. And then your last point about his actions not matching his words, he would have a future plan and then it just seemed to disappear. People also just like to talk for the sake of talking. So yes, I think that this was problematic, but I don't care. Other than it being a learning opportunity for you in the future, I don't really care about any of that. The only thing I care about is you said that you moved on, but you still wonder. I don't give a F about anything that anybody has going on if I'm not dealing with them. Once they're alive and well, and we don't even know that because he chose to ghost, I don't give an F about anything that anybody has going on once I'm moved on from them. Move on. You are dead to me, bro. You are dead to me. And when I say that, I don't mean like I wish death. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not wish anything bad on anybody. Dead to me means just that. You no longer exist in my world and in my universe, right? Therefore, I'm going to remove myself, and that includes my spirit, my energy, my effort, from ever thinking about you, from ever wondering about you. I don't care. It matters not. So, and I want you guys to come on to the live stream and get the advice. I want you guys, when I give opportunities to write in, I want you to write in. But the fact that you wrote in says enough. We need to let this die. He is a ghost. Let him be ghosted, right? He's gone. We are putting all of our effort and our energy and pouring into ourselves to level up so that we're showing up as the best version of us for us, and by default for everyone that we're in relationship with, right? our mamas, our colleagues, our kids, and our man and our husband and everybody else, right? Our neighbors, everybody, our friends. That's what we're doing with our time, effort, and energy. We're not writing in to get no. If I don't care, I don't give a flying fart about what I wonder. Was I just who cares? I don't. I'm gonna also say about the viewing your stories. I get that all. Oh, but he still watches my stories. Who cares? He wasn't watching your heart. He wasn't investing in making sure that you were safe, that you were secure, that you were loved. He disappeared, or he played you, or he cheated on you, or he disrespected you, or he ended the relationship with you. He told you everything you needed to know. And as a matter of fact, the fact that you can even see that he can see your stories tells me enough about you than it does about him. I don't care about him. I only care about you. You need to block this person on everything. Your phone, your text, delete the videos, delete the photos, but block their email, block them on Venmo, on Facebook. I don't care. You block them on everything because we don't care about them because they don't care about us. That's how you need to be moving, right? What is the expression? Love those the way that they love, whatever it is, right? So you keep your distance, I'll keep my distance. And it's not about I'm like lowering myself or lowering my energy. I don't wish anything bad on you, but I'm not going to take my time and effort and energy and put it onto someone who clearly doesn't have an interest in getting to know me, spending time with me, or being a decent human being to say, hey, I've decided to go in a different direction. I always coach my clients. If you've been on a date with a gentleman and you spent significant time with a gentleman online, on the phone, the least you could do is say, hey, I'm going in a different direction. Hey, I'm seeing someone else. It didn't really work that well, or things aren't working with us, or I don't see us, or we don't want the same thing. You could chat GBT your response to make it nice, but you can let somebody know that they're not going to hear from you again, because dead ass, we going to think that something happened to them. Now we calling hospitals. We're trying to remember where we said the mother, and maybe I can cross navigate that and circumvent that to find triangulate. Reach out to a brother who he told me was in the fraternity in this chapter and see if I could DM them. But now I think you dead. No, the decent thing for anyone to do is to at least send a text message and then block thereafter. He didn't have decency, neither do we. So I don't care. I don't care about whether or not was he playing me? Was I an experiment of his? It matters not. Okay. Did he get cold feet? I don't know. My theory is that he was married and he got caught in the dating apps. That's my theory. All right. Is that how dating works now? The dating experience is a journey. It is an experience. You're going to have some instances where you want to be the ghoster. The guy is nice, and now it's awkward and you don't know what to say. There are going to be instances where you get ghosted. There are going to be instances where you have amazing dates. You are going to have instances where you have terrible dates. It is the nature of the game. As soon as my single people recognize that the nature of the game is that there will be ups and downs in their dating experience, in their dating journey, you will have a much easier time. When you are on a weight loss journey, you may be dieting and exercising, and then you get on the scale, you only lost half a pound and you're outraged, right? Why? Because maybe you didn't eat as well as you thought you did. Maybe you're gaining muscle, right? You're learning, you're gaining muscle. So maybe the fat loss wasn't all that, or maybe the fat loss was a lot, but then the muscle, right? There are ebbs and flows. There are ups and downs. There are good days and bad days. But if you think that your husband is going to fall into your lap or show up on your porch like an Amazon package or be wrapped as a present underneath your Christmas tree, you are mistaken, and you are not going to live the life that you desire as long as you think it's supposed to be. Nothing that you have in your life has come easy. Every degree you have, every home you own, every credit card you paid off and credit score that's going up, every pound that you've lost or gained, every edge that you've restored, every friendship that you have, everything that you've ever gained in your life, you worked hard for. I want somebody on this live stream to dead serious tell me I have an easy life and I didn't have to work for anything. My degree was delivered in the mail. I didn't even have to enroll in school. Forget about doing papers or showing up for class. My job was just handed to me because my daddy works for the company. I have never had to do anything in terms of putting in effort for what I have in my life? Raise your hand if your life has been easy and you've done nothing. I'll wait because I already know the answer. I'll wait because I already know the answer. You've had to put in work and energy to get the degree. You put in work and energy to get that first apartment. You put in work and energy to buy that car. You put in work and energy to buy that house. You put in work and energy to lose the weight. You put in work and energy to grow your edges back. You put in work and energy to maintain your friendships. You put in work and energy to heal your relationships with your mama. You put in work and energy to increase your credit score. You put in work and energy for everything that you have. So then why do you think that your husband is going to be delivered like a package? It is not going to happen. You have to do something different to get a different result. Like you did different things for everything else you have in your life. You have to work for the vision that you have. This thing is not gifted. This is not Disney. So yes, you have to put yourself out there. Yes, you have to go out on dates. Yes, you have to dress up. Yes, you got to get childcare. Yes, you got to rush out of work and throw on the blazer that's in the car. Yes, you got to put on a little bit of makeup, a little bit of perfume. Yes, you have to pay for a ticket to go to the gala or the comedy show or the basketball game. Yes, you have to go beg a friend, please, girlfriend, come with me to this event. Yes. Yes, you got to get on the phone. Yes, you got to get on FaceTime. Yes, you got to pay the toll to drive to this date. Yes, you have to burn some gas. Yes, you're going to have to pay for an Uber every once in a while. Yes, you are going to be annoyed and frustrated when this guy doesn't show up or doesn't return a call. And yes, if you put in the effort, you'll fall in love. And yes, if you put in the effort, you'll have the family you desire. And yes, if you put in the effort, you'll have the babies you want. And yes, you put in the effort, you could buy the house and start the business and do all the other things you want to do with a partner. And yes, you'll have somebody who can get the things out the attic for you because you're too scared to go in there. And yes, you'll have somebody that you can celebrate the holidays with and have your corny matching pajamas. And yes. But if you think that this thing gonna just show up willy-nilly because your mama, sister, friend, uncle, cousin, sister happened to meet her guy just by opening her front door and he was the cable man, good luck, Chuck. And I'm speaking as husbands and women, but this is the same for the gentlemen too. They know that there are plenty of women that are out there that they may have access to, but they have to put an effort to be the right one and find the right one. They know that too. Not as much effort as us, but effort nonetheless. It's not a one-sided thing. I'm gonna let y'all go on this point. It's almost 2 p.m. and I got stuff to do. I got some laundry to do. I got to wash the dishes. I got to pick up my babies. I got stuff to do. All right. This has been a pleasure. If you are watching this live stream and you are new to me, I need you to not be new to me. I need you to subscribe. I need you to be liking. I need you to be tapping the screen. I need you to be more active in my community so that you can hear messages like this. So I can put the fire under your behind to do something different to get a different result. And if you are serious about getting your love life in order in 2026, I would highly, highly recommend that you work with me like hundreds of women have in order to transform your love life. You've been doing something wrong for years, or you haven't been doing any of this for years and you're getting back into the scene for the first time. And this is a whole new world. It sure is. Do something different to get a different result. I'm going to put the links again on YouTube. All right. I think it's also going to show up on Facebook. So Facebook people, you'll see this too. The links are the following. It's a link for you to apply for my live coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, a 6-month coaching program that transforms your love life in the 6 months. Okay. It's an application process. You have to click the link. You have to apply. You'll learn all about the program. I'm not a person who makes you wait. The price is there. The schedule is there. All the information is there. There's no reason, right? Actually, my bad. That is not the right link. Let me delete so that we don't have confusion. This is it. Yep, this is the right link. This is for my live coaching program, The Partner You Deserve, for you to apply. Like I said, you click the link. You will learn everything that you need to learn. You will apply if you see fit, if it seems like a good fit for you. And then we'll get you enrolled in 24 hours. You can start anytime, but the enrollment happens 24 hours within your call because I don't play games. I don't waste time. If you want to wait it out, then it's all good. All right. Then if you absolutely cannot get into coaching, like live coaching, you just cannot do, there's no way, then your next best choice is going to be my self-paced course, Snatch a Spouse. It is at 50% off through 11:59 p.m. Eastern tonight with code LOVE250. LOVE250. If you absolutely cannot get into live coaching, I'm a person, I'm going to pay the money, I'm going to get the help, I'm going to get the result. And I'm going to say this, and I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, especially TikTok, because y'all new to me. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, right? I am living the life that I deserve because I worked for it. I am living the life I deserve because I worked for it. And with that work, I recognize that I don't have all the answers, Sway. And what I'm not going to do is watch somebody's YouTube for 6 months and a year trying to piecemeal and advice and systems and trying to put together and create my own thing. I'm going straight to the source. You have a home. I want a home. I don't know how to get it. Teach me your ways. What's your course? What's a call? How can I pick your brain? How do I connect with you? You have a business model and I want to build a business that's like yours. Can I get on a call? Do you have a course? I'm going to pay because I want my results and I want them now. If you are impatient like me and there is a lifestyle that you want, you need to pay the person who's done it before for themselves, pay the person who's done it for others so that you're confident that they can do it for you. If you're impatient, if you're patient and you got all the time on your hands, then go on YouTube, cool. Piecemeal, figure it out. If you're impatient like me, if you want to skip the line, if you want results, if you're tired of wasting time, get into my coaching program. If you absolutely can't get into coaching, then you're going to go into my pre-recorded course, Snatch a Spouse. It's 50% off with code LOVE250. All right, folks, I am out of here. I'm adiosing. It has been a pleasure. I will see you on Wednesday at I'm going to try for 5 o'clock. I don't really do a good job at 5 o'clock. The 5 p.m. hour Eastern, where I'm going to be doing my weekly live training. All right. So Mondays, advice. Wednesdays, training. Fridays, I have a guest. And this week's guest is going to be just Danny, fit over 40. And she's going to be giving us advice around how to level up our skincare and our physical health. All right, folks, got to go. It's been a pleasure. Love y'all. Bye.